on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Prospect Spotlight, where you get a chance to learn more about NFL draft hopefuls. I'm Steph Sanchez, and I'm excited to be joined today by Hula Bowl participant and East Carolina wide receiver Winston Wright Jr. Winston, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Thanks you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Excited to have you on. But Winston, I do start these interviews with a little rapid fire, 5 fun questions just to get the
Okay.
juices flowing a little bit. So first
Okay.
thing that comes to mind when you hear these, you just let it out, all right?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start with PlayStation or Xbox.
PlayStation.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
Favorite cheat day meal?
Favorite cheat date meal. I'm from down south, so I like turkey wings, rice, cabbage,
Mm,
macaroni, stuff like
okay.
that.
All right, if you could jersey swap with any player in the NFL right now, who would it be?
Uh Puka Nakua.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, so we're in the middle of March Madness here. Anyone you're pulling for?
Honestly, I really don't watch basketball. So I mean, yeah, I don't even know what's going on with it.
Same here, honestly. But I
Yeah,
know a lot of people would that, so all good.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into the serious questions here now. So Weston, you started your college journey with many stops. West Virginia, followed by Florida State, and then of course your final year at East Carolina. So walk us through your journey and why ECU was a perfect final landing spot for you.
Right. Yeah, so started off at West Virginia. Did three, good years there. Came like coming at the end of my junior year, was deciding to go pro or not, decided to come back to school. Decided to go to another conference, which kind of led me to Florida State. Obviously, I went to Florida State, got hurt, so faced some adversity. And then, when I healed back up, just decided, I needed someone somewhere new. To end my college career. Knew some people from previous staffs
Mhm.
that was at East Carolina at the time last year. Um, Came and visited, and everything that I envisioned myself doing. The coaches, it lined up with the coaches, so it was kind of a good fit. And yeah, that's what kind of led me here.
Yeah, and I'm sure you still feel like that was the right choice, right? Because East
Yes, most
Carolina was
definitely.
able to showcase your skills for sure. Was
Yes.
there a year in your college career where you did feel like the game slowed down for you a little bit and things started to click?
I would say, year two. I played as a freshman, so just coming into year two, I knew what to expect, how to work, how to go about, my business and handle business. So I would say like things kind of, started to slow down for me year two. Yeah.
Okay. And I know for a lot of players, like maturing in that film study process does
Mhm.
help them, help the game slow down for them. So walk us through your film study process. What are some things you look for in opponents when you're preparing for a game?
Right. Yeah. So me just, being in high school, we watch film a lot, so credit to my high school coaches, just teaching me what to watch film. Just because you watch film don't mean that you're watching it correctly. So
Yeah.
learning how to watch film, it kind of transitioned to college. Just me going to college, knowing, studying my opponent. So I play slot receiver, so mostly we studying safeties, how they play. So just learning about the safety. Learning if they're a man team, more zone team, talking to the coaches during the week, studying the defensive coordinator, and then just when we implement the game plan, what we're gonna do for the week, I'm looking at how they're playing teams that's similar to us.
Mhm.
Or whatnot. And like I said, studying down and distance, see what they like to do on first downs, second downs, third and longs, first and longs, stuff like that. And that's kind of how I go about it, and just having a plan and the plays that we're gonna do and the looks that we may receive or just thinking we might get, and yeah, just having a plan with everything.
Okay, yeah, love that. How about when you watch yourself, study yourself? What
Mhm.
are some things that you're scouting, and some things that you're paying attention to, making sure you're doing?
Right, yeah, very hard on myself, so I like to study little things. That I would think a defender is looking at, whether, if I'm tired on the play, how I, treat my stance, how I come off the ball. So try to make every play look the same. And then I just work on the little things, find you can't really get better at everything at once. So when we're in practice, I go watch practice film soon as practice is over or games. And then just pick out one thing that I want to work on each day. And I think that kind of, builds my game and helps me prepare for Saturday and be ready for Saturday.
Okay, and how would you describe your game, or your play style?
Right. I would describe my play style very versatile. I can line up in multiple positions. If you look at my film this year, my OC, JDB, he did a great job of, using me, just not in the slot, but outside in the slot in the backfield, motioning me different places to get different matchups. And then, obviously I'm a great returner. I take pride in returning. And yeah, I would just describe myself as very versatile.
And I've seen you get some comps to Devo.
Hmm.
Just you being a dynamic playmaker,
Right.
especially behind the line of scrimmage. Do
Right.
you approve of that comp at all?
I would say, I still got a lot of things to prove, man. When I get to the NFL, I gotta, things to prove like he did. But yeah, man, I look up to him a lot. Actually I watch his film a lot. I like how the 49ers they used him. I like how South Carolina used him in college. So
Mhm.
yeah, very great player, but yeah, I got some more work to do.
Okay, okay, keeping it humble. I like that.
Yeah.
Are there any other players in the NFL that you watch a lot of, or that you
Mhm.
maybe try to model your game after?
Oh yeah. I like Jalen Waddle,
Mhm.
Tyreek Hill, Puka Nakua. I like Chris Godwin. I got a lot of different slot players that I like
Yeah.
the Cooper Cup. Look at and try to take something out their game and learn something about it and implement it in mine.
I like that. A lot of slot guys, right? But
Right.
guys who are all kind of different. They got their
Right.
own kind of spin on it. So
Yeah. Most
yeah,
definitely.
inspiration for a lot of different angles. So, what's your favorite route to run? I know, being in the slot, you kind of have the world open to you as far
Hmm.
as what you can run out of that.
Right.
So, what's your favorite one?
I would say, option routes, of course, versus man to man. But if it's cover three, cover four, even a little bit of cover two, I like the cell concept. Where the slot, he bursts, release inside, get vertical, and then keep his angle high on his corner route. I kind of love that concept. Very successful in that during college. So yeah.
Okay, and as far as like coverages that you like to face, do you like facing man more, or zone? Where do you cook the most, or does it
Oh
not
yeah,
matter?
yeah. It really doesn't matter, but I would prefer man to man.
Okay.
Just because it's easier. If you beat your man, you're open now.
Hmm.
And easier for the quarterback. So yeah, I would say man to man for sure.
Okay. And what about like trash talking? Like, do you partake in that at all on the field, or you do let the pads do the talking?
Um, yeah, I talk a little bit, but I kind of let my play speak for itself. But like if it's getting chippy, yeah, I'll say a few things.
All right. You did mention, your return ability. You're an electric kick returner. Just this last year alone, 590 kick return yards, as well as the touchdown you had against Charlotte. Have you felt like being a weapon in special teams like you are has made it easier for you to like make your case to scouts and NFL teams?
Right, most definitely. Just being willing to play special teams. I don't think a lot of guys are willing to. Man, I've been doing it since I was a freshman. Like I said, I take pride in special teams. So yeah, I think that kind of helps my case. A lot more, man. And yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, and you got to participate in the Hula Bowl this off season. Congrats on that, by the way.
Yes.
How did it feel to get that invite?
It felt good, just knowing, the hard work, paid off, but wasn't wasn't satisfied. I knew I had to go there and do some good things there, and yeah.
And I know you had, sorry for my cat, he's wanted some attention here, but I know you had your pro day recently. How did you feel like that performance went for you?
Oh yeah, so we had pro day yesterday. Felt like pro day went good. Was preparing for it for the last 2 months and a half. So yeah, a lot of preparation went into it. So really, it was just going out there, um, like where I was training at in X3 in Fort Myers. Jordan does a good job with us. Just preparing us and making us trust our training. And we had plenty of mock pro days in Fort Myers, so like I kind of already knew the feeling and how to go about myself and go about things and just take each each testing event at one thing at a time and just build momentum into going to the next. So just yesterday, I kind of been through it, just me training, and then I didn't really change anything, just was doing what I did all training, and it paid off.
It definitely paid off, and you had the 4.43, and you sent me that video, and I was like, "Sheesh, okay, I see why they call you, Showtime Jet. All right." So I'm sure throughout this process, teams have taken more notice of you, and of course, like a pro day like that. Uh, will definitely help your case even more. So I'm sure you got the chance to meet with a lot of teams at this point. Have there been any conversations that have stood out to you so far?
um, I mean, me, I met with a lot of teams so far. Kind of getting a lot of feedback. A player like me is always needed. A slot receiver, elite slot receiver, slash returner.
Hmm.
Just in today's game is very needed. So yeah, man. Loving the conversations I'm having. Um, yeah.
Especially with like the return rule changes that
Right.
recently gone to effect. Are you excited about that? Like, you feel like you can have even more success with that in the next level?
Right. Yeah. I seen it. Haven't done it yet. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
see how it goes, and see like what's the difference and stuff like that.
Okay. And what's the feedback that you are hearing from teams in terms of what they like about you, maybe what they want to
Mm-hmm.
see more of?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say teams definitely like that I'm a versatile player. They kind of already knew me from West Virginia,
Mhm.
so a lot of teams just want to see if I still had it, this year, which I think I showed. And then I think a lot of teams want to see my speed. I showed that yesterday, so
For
um,
sure.
I just got to keep getting better. So that's
And
it.
now that pro day is over, you don't have to do the speed training anymore. So I know you're
Mhm.
probably transitioning now into more of like football training.
Right.
Or I don't know if you started that already because pro day was just yesterday, but like
Right.
what's a typical day of training gonna look like for you from here till the draft?
Right. Yeah. Just now it's all about just staying in shape. Staying, doing the lifts, the explosive things, and then really just staying in shape and running routes and just making sure you staying crisp and yes, just staying ready.
Is there anything specific during this time that you're kind of looking to refine or improve?
Yeah, just being more detailed in my routes. So when I do go run routes, just focusing on the little details, the top of the route, stuff like that, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And as far as a role that you envision yourself or that teams envision yourself in at the next level, like what kind of role do you see or team see for you?
I think my role would be year one, most definitely returning, uh, punt return, kick return, and then just finding a role on offense. Getting in different packages and just taking advantage of every opportunity. I would say that.
And so what's next for you as far as you'd already mentioned the training part, any visits or meetings planned in the next month?
Yeah, not we're still working on that. So I'll probably know more in the next couple upcoming weeks. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it's very exciting. This is a very fast-paced, time for
Mhm.
you. How are you staying, grounded during this time and kind of centering yourself, even with all the chaos that's happening around you?
Right, just just sticking to what I know, just working hard, and let everything play out, and then yeah, when it plays out, just continue to work, and yeah, that's it. Control what I can control.
Any plans for the draft right now, or are those still being sorted out too?
Yeah, don't want to do something too big. Probably just be with a little bit of family, and yeah, enjoy it.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed this interview, Winston. I have one more question for you. I always end my interviews with this one. What is
Okay.
a team? What is a fan base getting both on and off the field with Winston Wright?
Right. I would say a team is getting, a player that, obviously can make plays, but, gonna put the team first and do whatever I need to do for the team. Um, and then just a good person, a high energy person. And yeah, that's it.
I love it. I love it. I know a team's going to love it too, especially the versatility that you provide, both, as a receiver, but also as a return man as well. It's going to be great for a team to have. Thank you so much, Winston, for joining me
Mhm.
today. I really appreciate your time and best of luck, not just in the next month, but beyond that as well.
Yep.
You're just getting
Thank,
started here.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And thanks to everyone that tuned in. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because there will be plenty more prospect spotlight interviews just like this one. But for now, have a good rest of your day, folks.
All right, you
Peace.
too. All right.